Good morning, class. Today we are going to be using a special graphic organizer to retell a story we're going to read. Remember, a graphic organizer is a special tool we use where we write down our thoughts or different events in the story, and it helps us to remember or to understand the story better. The story we are going to read today is called The Story Julian Tells. Julian is a quick fibber and a wishful thinker. He is great at telling stories. He can make people, especially his younger brother Huey, believe just about anything. Like the story about the cats that come in the mail. Or the fig leaves that make you grow tall if you eat them off the tree. Have you ever heard of people eating leaves off trees? But if some stories can lead to a heap of trouble, that's exactly where Julian and Huey will end up. I heard two words that I'm not quite sure the meaning of. One of them is the word fig. F-I-G, fig. Let's spell that together again. F-I-G, fig. Take a look at this picture and take a look at the word fig. Turn and talk to your partner and discuss what you think fig might mean. All right, who wants to tell me what they think the word fig is by looking at the picture? It is a special kind of plant. It is a special kind of tree. Yes, very good. And remember, I said fig leaves. So the book is talking about the leaves that come on the plant. Very good. Who would like to tell me what their partner or they think the word fib means? The word fib. Yes, a fib is a little lie. Let's spell that together. F-I-B, fib. F-I-B, fib. A fib is a little lie. Does this person remind you of any other storybook character that we've read before? Yes, Pinocchio. Remember when Pinocchio lied, his nose grew very, very long. So a fib is a little lie. And remember, I read that he's a quick fibber. That means that he can make up lies on the spot. Very good. So, when we want to retell a story, what are some of the things that we need to do? What are some of the things that we need to include? I see on the book there's a person, and I see the name Julian. When we see or read about a person and a name in a story, what is that called? Character. So one thing when we retell a story is we need to have the characters. I see on the book too that there's a moon. Do you see some grass? What else do you see? Cats. You see a water hose. Where do you think Julian might be? Outside. And if a person in the story is outside or inside, or maybe they're at the beach, or they're at your house or your grandma's house, what is that called? It starts with an S. Setting. So we have characters. We have setting. What other things might we need? What about if we read just a few pages of the story and something is happening already? Is that at the end of the story? Is that at the middle of the story? No, it's at the beginning of the story. So we have characters, we have setting, we have the beginning of the story. What do you think we might need next? The middle of the story, and what else? The end of the story. So when we retell a story, we need characters, setting, beginning, middle, and end. Very good. Friends, I want to show you the special graphic organizer that we are going to use today. You see that it has 5 different spots on it. There's a body part that we have that also has 5 parts on it. Can you guess what it is? What am I thinking of? It's not your toes. It's your hand. Your hand has 5 fingers. And guess what? There's 5 things that we need when we retell a story. Up here it says characters. Characters is like your thumb. Wiggle your thumb for me. When you retell a story, you need your thumb, you need the characters. Setting is like your pointer finger. Wiggle your pointer finger. You have characters, wiggle your thumb. Setting, your pointer finger. Beginning, we talked about the beginning of the book, your middle finger. What do you think the middle is? What finger do you think that is? It's not your pinky. It's your ring finger. So we have characters, setting, the beginning of the story. We have the middle of the story. And the last lonely little finger is the end. Very good. Let's do that one more time. Characters, setting, beginning, middle, and end. Very good. Friends, in just 1 second, I'm going to send you off to read our story, the stories Julian tells, in partners. When you are listening to your partner read, I want you to think about characters, setting, beginning, middle, and end. When you are reading, I want you to think about characters, setting, beginning, middle, and end. Go. All right, time to switch. Give the book to your other partner. You are now the reader, and your other partner is now the listener. During this time, the teacher would also be walking around providing some support for different decoding strategies. All right, and stop. I'm going to give you and your partner 1 minute, exactly 1 minute, to talk about what you thought the characters, setting, the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story were. Let's talk about characters. Turn and talk to your partner and talk about characters. All right, pause. Turn and talk to your partner. Talk about what setting the story was. Go. Pause. Turn and talk to your partner. Tell them what you think the beginning of the story was. Go. Pause. Turn and talk to your partner. Tell them what you think the middle of the story was. Pause. Turn and talk to your partner. Tell them what you think the end of the story was. All right, everybody, wrap up your discussions. Does anybody want to share what they thought the characters were? Does anybody want to share what the setting was? Does anybody want to share the beginning, middle, and end? Awesome. You are going to get your piece of paper, and then you are going to sit back down with your partner, and you're both going to talk and fill it out together. When you are done, you will turn it in to me. There are questions on the board that I want you to write in your journal and respond to.